They always do the cabin filter. Like,
Cabin
and just
filter.
a couple bucks.
You like to breathe fresh air, right?
Yeah.
$80.
Yeah.
Cabin filter. Which is like, I'm getting prepped for my no.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I'm selling this car tomorrow.
Yeah.
So no.
So you just met that energy of like a guy whose eyes were barely open.
Yeah.
So you're like, I have a Groupon for an oil change. Like, all right, cool.
And that's all I want.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And no, I'm good. On the oil change?
No, the oil change, yes.
Yes, but none
everything
of the other
else,
stuff.
no.
Okay. Are you okay with waiting?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can I call my parents?
My dad's my car guy, so I'll call him.
Dad, are we okay with waiting?
Because it's 15 minutes, right?
It's usually 15. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm crying.
Lift off. The clock has started.
Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street.
Welcome to Hesby Street.
I just covered that.
I know, I wanted to welcome them too. I wanted them to feel double welcomed. And now they are. You're welcome.
Well, now they're triple welcomed. Or was that a
You're welcome to you.
Oh, well, now I feel welcome.
Yeah, now everyone's welcome.
We're all welcome.
Okay, everyone's welcome then. Do you feel warm and welcome?
You are welcome. You're also welcome to come to the Hollywood Improv this Thursday night.
Tomorrow night, baby. December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day.
How are you celebrating Pearl Harbor Day? How are you doing your part?
Exactly, I know how I am.
Watching some comics bomb at Joke Off.
That's right. And yes. But, you know, not all of them will bomb.
Not all of them will bomb.
Just like not all those bombs on Pearl Harbor exploded, probably.
And if they
Some were
bomb, if they bomb, you won't find a shred of evidence of the bombing at the Hollywood Improv. If you really look deep and read between the lines at the Hollywood Improv, you won't even be able to tell that the Japanese bombed there.
And why was so much of the Navy just happened to not be there?
Yeah, how convenient.
How convenient that all the good, successful, famous comedians won't be at the Hollywood Improv. They'll be out at sea?
Something is afoot. This Thursday, tomorrow night at the Hollywood Improv.
Joker.
Get your tickets, tell your friends. We got some dates coming up. I'm doing
cares?
some things.
Patreon.com/Hesby Street. Every Friday, bonus episode. I'll be taking my shirt off.
You're doing that now?
I'm doing that I'm doing the
That's the power of the patrons.
That's right.
We start stripping if they demand it. Mm-hmm. And they're demanding it. Not many of them.
No.
I would say most of them are begging us to not get naked, but
it's a lot of shirt on, shirt off for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing whatever.
The people who have the top tier membership can trump the rest of the patrons. So
it's a weird game we play.
It's a hierarchy that we created a monster. So yeah, go to patreon.com/Hesby Street for that. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our clips, share them.
Yeah, start sharing the clips.
When you laugh at the clip, do you hit like?
Interesting.
Well, you can make up for
Liking
all that.
the story isn't enough.
Yeah, the story does nothing for us.
That does nothing for us.
But
share it to your story. How about that?
Make up for all those times you should have liked and you didn't by rating and reviewing the podcast.
That's right.
It will bring balance back to the universe if you just give us 5 stars.
Hey, shout out to all the people that we were in their Spotify Wraps.
Oh, that was nice.
Thousands of minutes you've spent with us. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I didn't realize we've spent that much time together.
Yeah.
When you look at numbers like that.
Someone had like over 4,000 minutes of listening to us, and they were in the top 4%.
Whoa.
I was like, what is the top 1% looking like?
It's just your mom. She's like, I wish I could take back a few of those minutes. All right, here's some music.
Got an oil change on the way over here.
Nice. Talk about it.
I bought a...
Tell me don't skip a single detail about this oil change.
Can you just let me tell one fucking story?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
That's a story? You're getting long in the beard.
Thanks,
we got to
man.
trim you.
I'm getting a trim tomorrow. I actually was supposed to get a trim yesterday.
Yeah.
I signed up to get a trim, and then there's like so many pages. You click book. I picked the time. I picked the person. I clicked book. And then I get there, and they're like, "We don't have an appointment for you." And I load it up, and I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't get the confirmation email." It was like another page I got to go through.
What was that page?
It was like, type in your fucking, are you a guest or are you
guest?
Yeah, I'm always a guest.
What am I filing an account? account?
You think I'm gonna finally make an app, download the app for this barber or whatever? Just guess.
If I create a profile and my photo is on it, I shouldn't be allowed in here.
Yeah, no thanks.
Anyway, sorry to break off to a better story than maybe your oil change story, but let's hear about this oil change.
It's not that exciting of a story. I just thought. So I bought Emily Catalano, friend of the pod.
Yep, I've heard.
She taught me a thing. If you use, she's like, the only thing I ever use Groupon for is oil change. You essentially get like $30 off an oil change, which, $100 for whatever.
Yeah.
So I bought the Groupon. I show up. I'm like, hey, I got the Groupon. They don't scan it. They don't look at it. They just give me an oil change for free. So now I have this coupon that I could just give to you.
Yeah.
Or anyone. And then you go, I don't know if they're going to look at yours. They could just be, they're just giving out, they're just giving out free oil changes at this Jiffy Lube on Sunset in Silver Lake.
You're outing them.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Okay, you heard it. Come
Head
to
on
LA.
over, man. Tell them you got a Groupon. It was bizarre.
It's just going to be so many people come in like, yeah, I got the Groupon. They're like, all right, do you have it on you? I'm like, fuck, Torio said it wouldn't. Yeah. You know what? Something came up.
It did.
Just
I'll say
leave in
this.
shame.
The whole experience while I was there felt like the parents weren't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when the manager's not around.
Totally.
And it's just like, come on in. Everyone's getting oil. Come on, let's go. We're in and out.
I get paid the same regardless. Yeah. I can picture the owner or manager being like, what the hell, Mike? You got to look at the thing.
You got to scan it. There's a barcode for a reason, Mike.
He's like, oh, I thought they just had to say Groupon. I thought that's like the password. I thought Groupon implied it had to be a group.
I don't know what Groupon is. I just know that you go on. You pay $70 for the $100 thing.
Yeah.
You go to the Jiffy Lube.
Yeah.
You pay nothing. You pay tax. I'll say that. You got to pay like $5.
Ugh, what's this country coming to, man?
Right?
Well, we need roads.
We do need roads for commerce.
Right. Got to keep the railways running.
So yeah, and then now I'm here. We're having a good time.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Did they sneak in other stuff?
No, and they didn't try to sell me other stuff. The only time they're like, you need an air filter.
Yeah.
Your belt's broken.
All right.
And I'm like, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do the oil?
They always do the cabin filter. Like, and just a couple bucks.
You like to breathe fresh air, right?
Yeah.
$80.
Yeah.
Cabin filter. Which is like, I'm getting prepped for my no.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I'm selling this car tomorrow.
Yeah.
So no.
So you just met that energy of like a guy whose eyes were barely open.
Yeah.
So you're like, I have a Groupon for an oil change. Like, all right, cool.
And that's all I want.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And no, I'm good. On the oil change?
No, the oil change, yes.
Yes, but none
everything
of the
else,
other stuff.
no.
Okay. Are you okay with waiting?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can I call my parents?
My dad's my car guy, so I'll call him.
Dad, are we okay with waiting?
Because it's 15 minutes, right?
It's usually 15. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm crying.
Oh, man. We're not men.
We're not men, dude.
Yeah.
We're doomed. This is the downfall of society. We're dinks. Well, I'm a dink. You're a sink.
Explain this.
A dink is the new trend where people joke about how happy they are because they don't have kids, and they they're a couple. They both work, so double income, no kids.
Double income, no kids.
So they make enough money to kind of do whatever they want,
right,
and still bounce back.
Right.
You know, they don't have to cook. They don't have to shop for cheap shit.
Right. You can go to Erewhon. You can travel.
Yeah, exactly.
You can go to concerts on a weekday.
Yeah, you can golf every single weekend.
Yeah, it seems nice.
I'm a dink. Does not feel like I'm living the dink life, though. Like,
Yeah, but you kind of are. You're out most nights. I know that that's your job.
It's my job.
But you're out most nights hanging with friends. You and your wife just were in Mexico. You're going again in February.
That's
Things
true.
are happening.
That's true. We're dinkish.
You're dink adjacent. You're living in one of the most expensive cities. If you
That's a
move
good
to,
Right.
Indianapolis,
Ames, Iowa, yeah.
You'd be a dink.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, I think Matt Lockwood told me this quote. I can't remember where he heard it from, where it was like, I could never see myself working a 9 to 5. So I pursued a career that was 24 hours a day.
Yeah. It's like Matt Lieb had a joke where it was like, I quit my job to pursue comedy. And now I have 3 jobs.
Yeah, right. It's like yesterday was one of those wake up early in the morning, writing, meeting, organizing things with people. Like it's like an office job from home.
Yeah.
And then around 3, I'm like, all right, I got to like be healthy for the first time in like 2 weeks. So I go to the gym. I come home and I'm like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Because I was up late the night before. And then I nap. And Elizabeth got home and she was like, are you napping back there? And it was like, yeah, just 20 minutes. And then I got up and went out to do comedy.
It's interesting because like there's this like guilt that you have as a comic because you're your own boss, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I didn't really work much today.
Yeah.
You know? And then you see someone work their 9-to-5 job where it's like, I got a meeting at 3.
Yeah.
I got to do these emails here. And I'm like, oh, you're not working 9 to 5.
Yeah, right, right.
You're there.
You're there. Your
But,
job
like,
is not hard.
This meeting, you never talked.
Yeah, right.
Because like some people I like would crash at people's houses and now they're all working remote. So I would hear them in their meeting and I'm like, that's what a meeting is?
Right. You just got to pretend like you're on top of shit.
And then they call your name and you're like, oh yeah, this thing and this thing and this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I guess you have to actively listen so that you can do your 10 seconds of that meeting. But like, you guys aren't working more than me.
Totally.
Because
like,
I'll be like, I'll write for an hour and then I'll be like, I'm going to go for a walk, get some food, do some laundry. And then it'll be like, edit some stuff on my computer for an hour or 2 and then go to a show or go to the store. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm only working 4 hours, but so are you.
Yeah, right. Oh, if that. Some of these people, you'll hear them on those meetings and they're like, the one thing they say is, yeah, we had to push that to next Tuesday because we got to talk with the engineers a little bit further about just hashing out some details there. So, yeah. And then 3 hours go by of silence, and then they're like, all right, thanks, guys. And they're like, whew, got him again. They're like, you want to go get high? And
we have engineers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's... Yeah, shout out to the people, because you are out there. The people that are actually working 9 to 5s. You don't realize it. You're a small minority.
Yeah, like I'll talk to my brother. Like I think my brother actually works a lot.
Yeah,
because like I'll see him and he'll be like actually on the phone or working or doing stuff. And then I think lawyers a lot. I think that's why they're like the #1 alcoholics and stuff. Like I think they genuinely because. I feel like they put in some real work, much more than like a salesman.
Sales is like you hustle and then you get to your money and
some salesmen sell like 3 things a year, and make millions.
Yeah,
it's kind of like realtors, I guess.
Right.
And it's like when you're selling at that level, like to corporations, one sell can make it. I think some salesmen don't sell anything all year sometimes,
and they just make money on their salary.
I think it's just it's just like
dude,
it's that huge of a level.
It feels like no one's keeping eyes on it, and it's bad. Like free market. I just feel like guys, we need some oversight. Someone step in here that's not getting paid off to be like, this is working, or this is not working.
Right.
Then
so many people will be unemployed. Look, you're actually going to work. None of you are going to work.
Like fucking Torio came along. Now we all got to be at our desks.
I was at a comedy show. I do stand-up comedy sometimes.
No way.
And this made me think of this because there was this guy in the front row who was a fintech salesman. So he was in finance, tech.
Damn.
And a salesman. The trifecta of douchey bros.
I'm ashamed that I thought fintech sales was like some sort of surfboard related, like wind resistant fin technology.
I might have made that up, but I think fintech is what they call it.
Like, those boards that go up like air chairs and they got the long fin? That's immediately what I thought he sold. And I apologize for it, Hesbos.
Like,
I'm smarter than this.
That's chill, bro.
I'm like, dude, so you're like a genius. Is that rocket science too, kind of?
Yeah, kind of.
Do you ever do the high-powered wind tunnel and you're like, what are you guys writing? Is that smoke that they shoot out in, or how do you guys know?
So, I was this guy was in the front row. It's kind of like there's front rows on your left, right, and center, And the guy before me, he had already been lit when he was doing this joke, and somehow it led to like him asking this guy in the front row like to point. He's like, yeah, point at the hottest woman in the room, but he didn't actually like expect him to do it.
Okay.
I don't even think he was like. I think it was just like it was a rhetorical. I don't know how it got there.
Okay.
And the guy, the fintech guy, which I find out later, immediately points at this other woman in the room, and which he's like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to act. What? You actually did it?" And then
I love that.
Yeah,
I kind of love that.
Yeah,
You're careful, man. Her. That's what happens when you ask stuff.
Right there. So then I'm like, but then he has to wrap up. He's lit, you know, so he can't really dive into it. So I'm like, good.
Yeah.
You know? So I go up there. She, in between, a lot of times people will get up in between comics to go to the restroom or whatever. So she gets up immediately. So I still haven't seen her really.
Okay.
So I don't know what she looks like. Except for like a dark silhouette kind of a deal. And so then I'm like riffing on that. I was like, oh, you made her leave. You know, we're having some fun. I'm getting to know him. He's a fintech guy. I'm doing jokes. She comes back and sits down. She is like like a 10.
Yeah.
Like an LA 10.
Yeah.
I ask her what she does. We're having a lot of fun with it. I ask her what she's like the host of Monster Jam.
What's
which
Monster
is like
Jam?
the trucks.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
So she's like
hot and like a personality.
Famous adjacent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like an entertainment
At
personality.
some point, I'm like going in and out of like riffing with them, doing jokes. I'm like, why she shouldn't date them, fintech sales, you know?
Yeah.
At one point, he hands her his cell phone during my set to like, and then she puts her number in
his phone
and hands it back. And so then I'm riffing on that.
I love this guy.
And I'm just like,
this guy's the coolest guy I've ever heard.
Hot people do it?
Yes.
You can just do that?
Yes.
Apparently, yeah, I know. I learned that.
Dude, hot people?
I don't have that kind of confidence.
Torio.
And I've got more confidence than I should have.
You have a perfect amount of confidence.
Thank you.
But hot people live in a stratosphere that we can never dream of touching. Like, they're one wink away from meeting your parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when have we ever thought, I'm just going to wink? They wink.
I can't
That's
wink.
where winking comes from. Hot people.
One time I winked at a woman.
Yeah.
Got so self-conscious, stopped halfway through.
You kept it closed?
I kept it closed and I said, I'm so sorry. And I walked away.
And then she's like, don't open that in front of me. Don't finish
It's
that
too late
wink.
now.
Don't you dare. I
Too
winked
late now.
once and someone went, did you just wink at me?
The craziest part of all this to me is she was sitting next to her friend. So when he pointed at her,
Her friend.
you're offending the friend.
The friend is like, objectively, yes.
The friend's hot.
Oh, the friend is
Not
hot.
as hot. I'll
Well,
say that. I mean,
there
you're
you
talking
go.
movie star hot versus regular hot.
TV hot.
Yeah, TV hot.
Yeah, this is LA.
This is LA. It's crazy.
LA, you're like, that guy's movie star hot. That guy is lucky if he gets an A24 film hot.
Character, or what do they call it? Character actor.
Yeah, but both so hot that in
Yeah.
any other part of the world, they'd probably be mayor if they wanted to.
Yeah, it's crazy how like these like the cute friend
Yeah.
is a smoke show.
Yeah.
But on TV, they're the cute friend.
Yeah, right. Do you ever think about like what character you'd fit in? You know, as an actor, I think about that a lot. Like,
Me?
Yeah, like yourself.
I think I can really only play people similar to me. I don't have the acting chops to like
The range.
and I don't because I can't because I think I approach everything from like the writing aspect.
Right.
So if I don't really get the character
Yeah.
or relate to it in some way,
Yeah.
it's really hard for me to because sometimes we'll act and stuff. I feel like I do okay.
Yeah.
But then other times when I'm acting in someone else's thing, and I'm like the dialogue's weird to me,
Right.
And I know, and that's where actors really shine.
Yeah.
It's
making it work.
Yeah, because you'll see, like even like you'll watch like a Hallmark Christmas movie,
Yeah.
terribly written,
Yes.
cheesy, but like terribly written and cheesy on purpose. It's not like I
Right.
would never blame the writer for that.
Right.
And you'll see certain actors, the ones that tend to get the work a lot, they make it work. And I'm not saying it's going to win an
Good
Oscar,
movie.
but they make it work.
Yes.
And like that's an impressive. To me, that's just as impressive as like Leo doing his thing. It's
Yeah. The more you get involved, it's funny because like a younger me, I'd watch like see a clip from a shitty Hallmark movie and I'm like, what terrible acting.
Yeah.
Now that I've like understood a little bit more about how
Yeah.
it all works, I'm like, that poor actor.
Yeah.
Like, I just saw a clip recently where it was like a girl walks into a Starbucks and this guy's like, the barista is like, hello. And she's like, I'd like one super fancy pumpkin spice latte.
I saw this too.
And then he goes like, okay. She goes, I'm kidding. And he goes, oh, what's the name? And she goes, Mrs. Awesome.
It was very cringe, and that's what they were showing, but she did what she could with it.
I looked at her like, good for her. Yeah. I don't think I could have sold that acting. I recently had my acting class, and this last boot camp class was about comedy. And I kind of went in like, do I need to be here for this?
Yeah.
And stand-up comedian for far too long. About 30 years in stand-up.
You're probably one of the worst at it because you're like...
right. So
you can't connect to a different person's comedy.
But voice. In my mind, I'm like, I'm not above learning.
Totally.
So I'm sitting there like, oh, no, I'm nobody. I'm nobody. In my head.
Yeah.
And in my head, the other part of my brain is like, we're somebody. You know what I mean? Like, we're not fucking brand new. So I'm not kidding you. The teacher is like, what does comedy come from? And I'm like, oh, boy. Should I nap, or you want to wake me when it gets tricky? And then as he's going, I go from like, to like, and what was that called again? That's called a turn. Okay, a turn. And
I'm so happy this is what we ended up on.
He's such a drama guy, my acting teacher, and some of the students are like theater people.
Yeah.
That Torio, I need to look at you. Like, I need you in class
to roll my eyes
the room so we could be like. And so he'd go like, and we would upward inflect on the last line, which a lot of people call a schwimmer or schwimming. And then, friends. And everyone's like, ah. And then he goes, and now it comes to the point where you might find the turn in the middle of this line. Mm-hmm. We call that Matthew Perry.
He's just naming them all on different Friends characters?
Just those two. Just those two. But then when he says Matthew Perry at the end, he looks off and they go, oh. Like classmates go, oh. And then he goes, almost tearing up, he goes, R.I.P.
Oh,
Zach, shall we start with your scene?
Oh, my God.
Dog, I'm like, no. I get up and I go, I wish there was a camera in the room watching me just go like, all right, this is going to be weird.
Well, let me ask you this, Zach.
Nothing can make me uncomfortable now. I've worked with the theater.
Yes. But let me ask you this. Are you ready to start on your scene?
I couldn't be more ready.
Well, then welcome to the Wheel of Zaccents, my friend. This is my favorite part of the show. Listen, this segment, I love it. Is it going to last forever? No. Enjoy it while you can, Hesbos. We can only milk this for so long.
I am an actor, and I embrace all challenges.
So we're coming up to, you're going to pick 1 through 10 for 1. If you don't know, this is the Wheel of Zaccents. We're getting an accent. We got a profession. And then we got what he's here on the podcast to promote. Give me some 1 through 10s.
1.
Alien voice.
1.
Collegiate star athlete, which we never did before. An alien collegiate star athlete. He is here too.
1.
Spread the word of Trevin.
The word of Trevin. Okay. Is that in reference to something?
Nope, just a bro named Trevin.
Okay.
However you take it.
Okay.
You are an alien collegiate star athlete.
An alien.
Which makes sense because he's got alien powers, so he's just crushing it at whatever position or sport you choose.
Right.
We're very excited to have Glorp here on the podcast. I'll be honest, I've never had an alien on Hesby Street before, so this is very exciting for me.
First, let me thank you for hosting me, Glorp.
Yes, you've figured out.
Am happy to be here.
Oh, good.
On Earth.
Good.
I have had a wonderful season at Florida State University. Go Seminoles.
Yeah.
There is nothing racist about that mascot. Societies defeat societies since the beginning of time. My people have destroyed planets.
Oh, really?
For me to be here playing quarterback and receiving backlash over our indigenous American mascot.
Totally. So do you have
Makes me nothing but pity your species.
So you've said that you've destroyed other planets.
I've destroyed other planets. I've destroyed other SEC teams, ACC teams. To be honest, I'm thinking about destroying college football as a whole due to the fact that we have not qualified for the playoffs this year, despite being undefeated. Go Noles. I'm sure you're aware of my season. I've thrown for 34,000 passing yards this year.
That's so many yards.
To say it was exhausting would be an outright lie.
Because you don't experience
I have at least
exhaustion.
100,000 miles more of passing in me.
Wow.
You humans are weak-minded. You believe that you are tired. Tired is a state of mind. I conquer. I win. I throw ball hard. My teammate go far. We win games.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an absolute tragedy that you guys were left off of the college football playoffs. But you're not here for that.
I'm not here to talk about football because it makes my blood boil more than usual.
What color is that blood?
Green.
Okay, cool.
And it's usually boiling.
So that's normal.
Yeah, it's just making it sort of more gaseous.
Got it.
But I'm not here to talk about your American football.
No, you met a guy, another student at Florida State.
Yes, my dear friend Trevin.
He's really changed the way you've thought about things because you came in obviously with your perspective from your planet, but you've come to. There's something here that you found that you enjoy.
Yes, there has been a bit of a plot twist in my mission on Earth. Mm-hmm. I came here with the sole purpose of infiltrating college lifestyle.
Yeah.
Finding the failures of society's future and eliminating them. One regular season game by one regular season game.
Well, you only get to play in the regular season, apparently.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
However, not only have I fallen in love with the sport of American football, but I've also developed an appreciation for life on Earth through my dear friend and roommate, Trevin.
What are the odds that you would have gotten, paired up for a roommate with Trevin and he would change your life so much?
64,248 million.
Wow. And so almost maybe destiny. Do you guys believe in destiny on your planet?
I would once have said no.
Okay.
Destiny is merely magic to the mortal eyes.
Yes.
But now I believe in something far different.
What about Trevin's changed you? What is he? What are his kind of vibes that have kind of?
Well, I met Trevin when we were playing Flip Cup.
Right.
We were at Chi Sigma Alpha, which ironically is the name of my ship.
Again, so many. It seems like destiny.
One would say kismet. But Trevin taught me more than just life in school. Greek life, as it were. He taught me the magic of flipping a cup. The magic of having your bros back.
You gotta have a bros back.
The magic of picking up chicks. Trevin was cute. Is cute.
Trevin's cute, and he helps you pick up chicks.
He showed me the way.
And
handing them my phone, telling them to put their number in it.
And that's worked for you.
Well, not at first. He said, sound less intimidating when you say it.
Okay, so give me an example of how you would do it.
I would see a beautiful girl and I would hand her my phone and I would say, put your number in this phone.
Oh, yeah, that is there's something, yeah.
And then I don't know why I would say no one can hear you scream if I choose it to be so.
Oh.
I make a force field no one can hear.
You can do force fields?
I can do force fields.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you saw my Oklahoma State game. I did many force fields.
Oh, that seems almost like cheating.
It seems like cheating.
But it's not.
Have you heard of college football?
There is a lot of cheating.
We cheat.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Trevin was cool.
Was cool.
He's cooler now.
Oh, he's so he's still with us.
Yeah, he's with us. He's extremely cool. He's the greatest person I've ever met.
Okay.
He taught me about bro math.
Oh, what's bro math?
Bro math is basically made up numbers and sayings that teach you that life is pretty chill after all.
Yeah.
And we credit it to the almighty bro lifestyle.
Okay.
I believe Trevin is a modern day prophet that has not been appreciated.
Wow. So do you plan on taking Trevin with you when you leave and return home to your planet?
Trevin has proven to be the most valuable Earth asset.
Oh, good old Trevin.
He has taught me the ways of Buddha, of Zen, of letting go.
Oh, wow.
He told me once, if you love her, you should let her go.
Did it work?
I did let her go.
Did she return?
No, but I think I should have let her go.
Oh, you didn't. You let you. Oh.
I loved her. I was going to take her to my planet, manipulate her, study her body, have an autopsy, stitch her back together.
Yes.
Drop her back here on Earth.
Right.
Trevin convinced me otherwise.
To let her go. So she's still alive.
She is still alive.
Oh, thank goodness. Good for Trevin.
My society is incredibly annoyed with my lack of information reports.
I bet.
But if only they had known, I've learned much more than I could ever on any mission, having known Trevin. He took me to a pool party. We stormed the beach at spring break. I was arrested by a cop. He distracted the cop so I could run away. He taught me the art of lying down on our backs on the beach with a stranger, getting up with a football, and running over that stranger. Trevin is the reason I play football at Florida State.
Is Trevin on the team?
He is not.
Okay.
Yeah, Trevin is more of a rah-rah guy, as he says.
Got it. He's too busy.
He is too busy running his father's company. I guess it's something having to do with sales.
Oh, yes. Probably fintech.
Fintech is what he works in. I offered to take him to my ship and show him the finest examples of fintech in the known galaxy.
And?
He accepted, but he was very confused as to what it had to do with fintech.
Got it. He's not smart when it comes to like the...
Trevin is not smart. Imagine my embarrassment when I tried to show him the outside of my fin. Boy, were my cheeks bluish yellow.
Oh, so when you blush, it's a bluish yellow tint on your face.
Blue is the rage. Yellow is sheer humiliation. It was a combination of both.
All right. Well, any final... I know you're here to promote the word of Trevin, which I don't 100% understand. If you were going to... Because we have to go.
It's really tough to... I have racked my brain.
You can't put it into like a log line of sorts.
I have delved deep into trying to make sense of it to the extent of what I would quantify as 43,000 human years of thought power, which is about 45 seconds for me.
Got it. So for just the casual listener of the podcast listening,
yes, aren't all listeners of your podcast casual listeners?
Some listen for over 4,000 minutes a year.
How are you able to deduce these numbers?
Well, Spotify Wrapped. Are you familiar with Spotify?
Spotify?
Trevin hasn't told you about Spotify? Is Trevin a Pandora guy?
Trevin is a Pandora guy.
Oh my God, Glorp. You got to cut ties with Trevin. You can't, that's dead weight.
My least favorite thing about Trevin's music taste is all the commercials he says he adds to his playlist.
He doesn't even pay for Pandora?
No, he doesn't.
Oh my God.
Do you pay? He says it's free.
Glorp, what are you doing tonight?
I'm helping Trevin with something.
Cancel that. You're going to hang out with me and the boys. We're going to get you some good music. It'll be good.
But Trevin has taught me everything about good music.
He's gaslighting you.
No, he says it's crazy if I want to be with anyone else.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
And he's right. He says the same thing to his girlfriend, and now she doesn't leave, and they're happier now.
Oh, okay. Well, then you've crossed the point of no return, and you're I'm sorry, man.
Trevin...
Yeah, I get it. Trevin's this, Trevin's that. I'm sorry, Glorp.
I wish you could understand what Trevin means to...
I understand.
He's so
good
chill.
Luck out there, bud.
He's taking me on his dad's boat this weekend.
Yeah, I bet he is. Okay, well, that's all we have time for, Glorp.
He's above the law. His father's a judge, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, you're going to crash the boat. The girlfriend's going to die mysteriously. It's all, whatever.
Give me a second to compute this. Oh, my galaxy. I'm a bad alien.
You're doing your best, bud. You're doing your best.
I'm such a jock alien.
I know. Yeah, jock alien's so funny.
I'm just good at football, and numbers aren't really my thing.
Yeah.
I could only solve in a Rubik's Cube in a quarter of a second.
Oh,
which
wow.
It is an embarrassing number.
Yeah, that's
where
embarrassing
I come from,
for you.
Considering all the fingers and appendages I have.
Yeah. It's crazy that you guys didn't make the football playoffs with how good you are with all those fingers.
We could have done better, I suppose. Mm-hmm. I was just too busy partying and orgying.
Oh, wow.
I have 40 penises.
Yeah, it makes sense. It'd be rude not to.
That's what they say. That's what all those people in that dorm say.
All right, Clark. Well, I'm going to let you go because you still have so much to figure out. And thanks for coming.
Thank you. I know I figured most of it out.
No, it doesn't sound like you have.
What are you guys doing for lunch?
We're busy. Yeah.
Do you guys want to go? There's a cool place Trevin showed me that if you mention Trevin's name, then they make you a sandwich and they say, "Who's Trevin?"
Yep. I've been there. It's great.
It's really good there.
Yeah. You talk about Subway?
Subway, yes.
Yeah.
Why does
we'll
it say
meet you
eat
there.
fresh?
We'll meet you there. It's not fresh.
What is the deal?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm scared here.
Yeah.
On Earth.
Yeah, you should be scared. All right, bud. Well, have a fun.
Just keep Trevin in your hearts always.
Of course.
And go Knowles.
Sure.
And
you can stop. Anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Goodbye. Is there some sort of beaming up that could take place right now?
Sure. All right, Hesbos. That's the Wheel of Zaccents. Good effort, bud.
I tried, man.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
Best.
The word of Trevin. Florida State Seminoles.
I tried to give you as much as I could.
I can never go 1-1-1 again.
You got. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you this little insight. I never think you're going to pick 1 in 10, so I put the ones I like in the middle.
Oh, that's good to know.
Because people normally say 7, 5, 3s.
Well, there was one listener that said, I'm sure you guys just pick the thing beforehand.
Yeah.
And then Zach says any number he wants, and you say the thing you planned.
Yeah.
This is proof that we have not. We probably should do that.